Okay, welcome back, everyone. We are lucky enough to have Victor Fern, Rick Robillard, and Darlene with us with Orano and Cameco. You probably all know who they are. They are from your home communities. So I'd like to turn the presentation over to Victor. Victor, please go ahead.
Good morning. I'm gonna get Darlene to start the presentation.
Good morning, students. And welcome to the Chemical Engineering and Clean Air World Clarence Knoll Memorial Virtual Career Fair. This morning, on behalf of my colleagues, Victor Fern and Rick Robillard of Fond du Lac and Stony, I would like to welcome you to our presentation. I'd like to hand it over to my colleague, Victor, to do the next slide.
Great. Thank you, Darlene. So before every meeting, Cameco always does a safety moment. I think our safety moment this morning is spring ice safety. As we all know, as the weather warms up, that when we're traveling out on the ice or anywhere on the land, that we always need to remember that the ice is melting. And so whenever you're going somewhere, if possible, make sure you have a partner with you. Always make sure that you let somebody know where you're going, and just so that always take safety precautions. So everybody expects you to be home to family and friends. So always make sure, be cautious when traveling on the ice or on the land when you're out hunting and doing your travels out on the land. So thank you. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a Fond du Lac First Nations band member. I started this position about 4 years ago as a community relations liaison. I have over 30 years of uranium mining experience. I've worked in Rabbit Lake, Cigar Lake, and now I'm working as a community liaison for Fond du Lac, Uranium City, and Campbell Portage, and I reside in Fond du Lac. I've always been here. I'm a traditional land user, and environment is very important to me, and for the future generations to come. So just a bit about myself, and I'll turn this over to my colleague, Rick.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Rick Robillard. I am a member of the Black Lake First Nation community. I am the community relations liaison with Cameco and Orano. I represent Black Lake First Nation and the community of Stoner Rapids. I've been with the company for 7 years, and our office is out of the Black Lake Ventures building, right by the clinic uptown. Most of all the Black Lake local students and staff will know where that office is. And prior to this position, I was chief of Black Lake First Nations for 2 terms, and been a longtime staff with Black Lake First Nations prior to my term. And welcome, everyone. I'll turn this over to my colleague.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Darlene Gaznelary. I'm the Community Relations Liaison for representing Wollaston Lake and Hatcher Lake. I have been with Cameco and Orano for over the past 10 years. I am a community member, as you all know. I live off the community and I represent my community, and I do anything to help my community. And turning over to the next slide. As you can see, I'm a land user as well. I hunt and I like berry picking in the fall time, and also live off the land with my family, and also pass this traditional knowledge back onto my children. And in the next slide, you can see that our community, Wollaston Lake, is I also represent my community. I don't just work for the industry, I also represent my community and I work for my community. So as you can see in that slide, that's where I do my working. And I'll turn over to my colleague Victor.
Hi, so the community that I'm from, it's a fly-in community. We're in an isolated, it's an isolated community, and our ice road, we're just gone, closed on April the 30th, or no, March 30th, I believe. And so when our traditional lifestyle is important to us, when we that's basically how most of us live in Fond du Lac, is through living off the land, gathering, hunting, trapping. That's how our community survives and has survived for many years. And we also, when we gather, we always make sure that the land is put back to the way it was. And I think working with the industry is always important, that we need to work together in order to keep the land and the environment safe for future generations. And we want to keep our traditional lifestyle intact, and that we encourage all of our young people to keep that tradition going. So with that, I'll hand it over to my colleague Rick.
Thank you, Victor. With us too, within Black Lake First Nation and Stony Rapids, where we live, we also do a lot of outdoor activities. We do a lot of ice fishing. Summer we do net fishing and fishing. Just going out on the boats, picnics. In the wintertime, we do caribou hunting. We also do road trips on the seasonal road for moose hunting or chicken hunting, and we all do a lot of outdoor activities, and we respect the land, and we always have that. Our elders always taught us to respect the land and take only what you need for hunting for animals such as caribou or fish that we take out of the lakes. We only take what we need, and we are taught not to waste food and respect the land and respect the animals and the fish. So can you please go over to slide 11, please? So as community relations liaisons, what we do with Cameco and Orano Canada, we are the go-between communities and leadership. We meet with chief and council, and in my case, I also meet with mayor and council of Stony Rapids and keep communication lines open with our industry that we represent, Cameco and Orano, and keeping both organizations up to date with what's happening in the north. We relay questions and concerns from community to industry and learn about what's happening at site to share with communities. We work with community leaders. We sit on interagency meetings to share information on what's happening in the community at the mines and ensure there's a flow of information between organizations with communities. As community relations, we visit schools and career fairs such as this to provide education and what takes place at our operations and share opportunities available to community members, such as scholarships, summer student positions, and new job openings. And we also organize site tours, such as touring with community members or elders. And we're also planning to do site tours with students in the near future, which we will notify the school. And we connect community members to STEM and events supported by Cameco and Orano We're right now in the works of contacting your schools to have Cameco supported tour to the University of Saskatchewan, which I'm sure your principals and your administration will be in contact with the students of grade 9 to 12. And at this time, I'll hand this over to my colleague.
Thank you, Rick. So Rick had mentioned that we do site visits. We haven't done that for quite a while, but we are planning to do site visits for the students from Fond du Lac to one of the sites in the near future. We also do site visits with these other organizations, such as the environmental groups that we're associated with through the collaboration agreement. We do tours of all different sites and do not inspections, but just to show us what they're doing for their environmental programs and that. So we do a lot of the site tours as well. So other supporting programs, you have the scholarship programs that is awarded to the students in the basin. The applications are opening on June 1st again. So we encourage all post-secondary students to apply. This is money that could be supported to your programs that help you achieve your goals. It is one of the important things that Cameco and Orano support. With the students, we know how hard it is to move to the city and doing your education to fulfill your career. So with that, I'll hand it over to Rick.
Thank you, Victor. So with community relations, we help identify candidates who are interested in employment, provide support for people applying to positions with Cameco and Orano, understanding the requirements and job duties, preparing resumes and applying through Cameco's portal directly to HR, etc. Next slide, please. So other engagements within our communities include help to gather reporting on community investment projects. We sit on environmental committees and relay information back to our leadership and community at community meetings too. We conduct community-based environmental monitoring programs, participate in community events and volunteer in community, and also other special projects.
So on other responsibilities and opportunities, we also support some of the programs that are brought to the community, such as CDAMP, which is the community-based food study, and also AGES, the basket environment that the committee through the collaboration agreement. We also attend gatherings and we go to community meetings for updates. We also help the communities whenever that we are needed anywhere, that we are available as community liaisons. We work both for the community and also for the industry. So those are some of the other responsibilities, and there's always opportunities. If there's any opportunities that arise that we can be approached at any time, and we're willing to help with any employment opportunities as well. With that, I'll hand it back to Rick.
Thank you, Victor. So the collaboration agreement, our impact management agreement was signed back in 1999. And that agreement, the leadership of the Athabasca region worked with for approximately 17 years. And then a new collaboration agreement was negotiated in 2016 with the three First Nations, Fond du Lac First Nation, Black Lake First Nation, and Hatchet Lake First Nation, and the four municipal communities of Kamsel Portage, Uranium City, Stony Rapids, and Wollaston Lake. This we call the A7 communities. And that agreement was signed with Orano and Cameco Corporation. Next slide, please. And under that agreement, there are four major pillars that we work under. So one of them is community investments, community engagement and environmental stewardship, workforce development, and business development. As you see on the first picture on your left is one of our cultural festival in Hatchet Lake. The middle picture is the collaboration agreement subcommittee engagement meetings, which we hold on monthly meetings, engaging in whether it be business or environmental updates from the industry and shared with the committees, and it's communicated back to the communities and leadership. And on your far right picture is a picture of the Athabasca catering at site. So at this time, I'll hand this over back to Victor.
Thank you. So these are the locations of where the uranium mines and mills that are operated by Cameco. This is up in the basin area. These locations are all within the basin area. So on the next slide here, so these are the operations that Cameco operates right now. MacArthur River, which is a mine. Key Lake is the mill that is milling the ore that's been produced at MacArthur River, which is transported in a slurry form to Key Lake Mill and where it is milled. And Cigar Lake is also a mine which just mines. It doesn't have a mill, where the ore is transported to the McLean Lake Mill, which is operated by Orano. And Rabbit Lake, the mine and mill site with Eagle Point, which has been in care and maintenance for quite a few years now. There is no plans in right now for when or how it will be restarted. So in the meantime, it'll continue being on care and maintenance. So those are the four properties that Cameco operates in the basin right now. With that, I'll hand it over back to Rick.
Thank you, Victor. So with Orano's operation in northern Saskatchewan at McLean Lake operation, I'll give you a couple of updates that we have been supplied with here. It's one of a kind, only mill designed to process high-grade uranium ore without dilution. There are 315 employees at McLean Lake operation, 18 million pounds of U3O8 uranium total production in 2022. 51% of employees are residents of Saskatchewan's north. Total of 24 million pounds U3O8 mill production capacity within that mill. And 45% of employees have self-declared as Indigenous. With Orano Canada, summer employment opportunities. In 2023, McLean Lake operation had 11 summer students employment opportunities. We expect to have similar number for 2024, including positions in radiation protection, site services, warehouse, and environment. And how to apply? We visit the Orano Canada website at Yantenene Export Database to find summer student job postings. Submit your resume between November and January. Positions are on a 2-week fly-in, fly-out rotation starting May 2024, and you can apply for 2025 starting in November. So if you have any questions, you can always contact us, Community Relations Liaisons. Victor Fern is out of Fond du Lac at the band office, and my office is in Black Lake at the Ventures office, and Darlene Gazenler's office is out of Hatchet Lake band office. Next slide, please. So with Orano, the summer employment opportunities offers a diverse range of summer employment opportunities at the McLean Lake operation and corporate office. Examples include administration assistant, CSR, radiation protection, safety, site services, warehouse, personnel, finance, communications, engineering. Orano also offers a mill operator training program annually. Orano Canada offers a mill utility training program for residents of Saskatchewan's north as a gateway into the mining industry. And also Orano offers the Northern Scholarships annually. Next slide, please. So in uranium in Northern Saskatchewan, Cameco and Orano produce all Canada's uranium. 27.8 million pounds of uranium concentrate was produced in 2023. Saskatchewan is home to the world's highest grade uranium mines, used worldwide to produce the nuclear fuel for safe, reliable, clean energy. Committed to the Northern Partnership's strong safety, environmental protection, and are socially responsible. At this time, I'll hand this over back to my colleague, Victor.
Thank you, Rick. So to become a part of the workforce, some of the criteria that you need your grade 12 driver's is always helpful. And there's always opportunities that come. Just recently, we've had five new apprentice positions that had opened up for the residents of the Athabasca Basin, and they were all filled from people from the basin. So there's opportunity. So that always come, and there's always new trainee positions that come up from time to time. So whenever you if you're interested, or just let us know, and we can help you set up a profile with Cameco and Orano. Some of the careers in exploration that are associated with mining. As we all know, exploration is the start of mining. That's where they look for minerals, and once it's discovered, that's when it becomes a mine. These are some of the things that are associated with the careers in exploration: geologists, geophysicists, general field workers, geological technicians, assayers, engineers, prospectors, pilots, drillers, and expediting services. So these are some of the positions that are associated with exploration. And careers in mining and milling. You need engineers in chemical, electrical, environmental, geological, mechanical, metallurgical, and civil. Technicians, you need your IT technicians, environmental technicians, instrument technicians, lab technicians, radiation technicians, draftspersons, GIS technicians. And you also other careers within the mining and milling, health and safety specialists, OH&S nurse EMT, safety officers, including supervisors, trainers, and coordinators, radiation officers, environmental technicians, biologists, environmental engineers, operators, drag lines, drillers, heavy equipment, helpers, laborers, mill operators, miners, shovel operators, truck drivers. Again, this continuing with the careers in mining and milling, tradespeople, millwrights, electricians, heavy equipment, mechanics, welders, pipe fitters, power steam engineers, machinists, marketing specialists, accountants, investor relations, financial analysts, administration specialists, human resources, lawyers, public affairs, purchasing agents, warehouse personnel, administrative assistants.
So the eligibility criteria, who can apply? Priority recruitment, preference for Athabasca Basin residents. Residents of Saskatchewan's North, provincial definition. Grade 12 or equivalent, 18 years and above. Substance tests required for safety sensitive positions. Some positions in the mines require background checks, reference checks, proof of education, transcripts for technical roles and above. For more information, visit us online at www.cameco.com careers and www.orano.group/Canada. Next slide, please. So what is it like working in the mines, in the mine life? We have operations for 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Operations does not stop. You work 2 weeks in at site, and then you get your 2 weeks out. Community pickup points, they're all communities, or your flights originate from, could be from Uranium City, Fond du Lac, Stony Rapids, Hatchet Lake, La Ronge, Prince Albert, Saskatoon. So wherever you live, home, there are pickup points. And home away from home, we have full catering services, internet and cell service, satellite TV, physical and recreational activities. And there are also elders on site from each communities, from the 3 communities of Fond du Lac, Hatchet Lake, and Black Lake. We have site elders on site who speak Dene and are there to help young people. If you're experiencing problems or home issues, they're there for advice, and they're there to help you and guide you. So you have all these amenities within the site, which is everyone is there to help you and guide you. So with that, I'll hand that over to my colleague Victor.
Thank you, Rick. So with employment opportunities, you can always go online with Cameco. The website is www.cameco.com/careers. Orano, www.orano.group/jobs/en. And contractors, we have Athabasca Basin owned contractors that we can get information for their job opportunities as well. And we always post job opportunities on the Cameco website. So any job that that comes up if you log into the either Cameco and Orano websites. You will see all the careers that are all the job postings that are put up every week. Whenever come up, usually it's Tuesdays and Thursdays for Cameco that new jobs will be posted. So they look after all the job postings through the corporate office, and we can help you apply if you need. And basically, I think this is we're almost at the end of our presentation, and if there's any questions, now would be the good time to ask. If there's any questions from the schools, from the students, I think we all have some stuff that we can give away. So if you give us a question, that we're willing to give you some Cameco or Orano merchandise. So here's an opportunity. If you wanna gift, ask a question.
With that, I would like to thank everybody for our presentation. Thank you on behalf of Cameco and Orano and on behalf of my colleagues, Victor and Rick. And if you have any questions, just let us know. And we will be in the schools next week doing our in-person presentations as well. Thank you.
How the apprenticeship with plumbing would work? Like with schooling, if you were to go to school and scholarship come up?
So what the question was regarding scholarships?
Yeah, with plumbing, if I were to like go for school in plumbing, how would that work?
Yeah, you can apply for scholarships, which will whether it be post-secondary, as long as you're attending secondary schooling, that you are eligible to apply for scholarship.
What about funding?
I just want to mention that you can also apply for scholarships through your TINANE as well. That's the through the collaboration agreement.
Funding, yeah.
And also through Inspire, which is also sponsored by Cameco.
She asked, what about for funding? Do they also
Funding would have to come from if you're applying for post-secondary, it'll have to come from other funding. The only programs that Cameco fund are the programs that they have on site, which is the mill training operators or the mill training and also the some of the programs that they bring and the apprenticeship programs. Other than that, if you're taking post-secondary, it'll have to come from other source of funding, whether it be through your band or through the Prince Albert PAGC funding, which is also available for short-term programs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I'm from Muskeg Lake Cree Nation, and for post-secondary funding, just keep in mind if you're looking to start in September, usually by the mid of June is when you have to have your application in. And if you want to start in January, you want to have your application in by October. So what for our band and for others that I've worked with that are treaty, we have to apply to the college or the university or the course that we want to take, get that acceptance letter. Once we get the acceptance letter, then we can apply to our bands. Make sense?
Yeah. So where did that question come from? If you go see Darlene, she'll give you if that was from
Father
Hatchet, I
Gamache.
believe. Out of where?
I think it was out of Father Gamache.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
Can I get that name so I can?
What's this? That was Shannon Mercury.
Okay, I'll tell her to stop by the office and I'll give her something. Any other
Okay.
questions from anybody?
Put the question in the chat box.
How many years does it take to earn your tournament?
I didn't hear
I-
the question from Walston. There's a bad feedback.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything there.
That came from Danielle Tucson. She asked, how many years does it take to earn a journeyman ticket?
So usually they all normally it's 4 years. And that's once you're enrolled into that program, you'll be working at the site, just like a regular employee, 2 weeks in, 2 weeks out, and then you'll also be taking your schooling wherever the courses are taking place, whether it be Prince Albert, Saskatoon, or Regina. So there's schooling, working at the site 2 and 2, and it takes 4 years for the site apprenticeship programs to become a journeyman.
Okay, thank you.
Who was that question from?
Danielle Tucson.
Okay.
Okay, well, we came over a little bit of time, so I definitely want to thank you, Victor and Ricky, and of course, Darlene. Thank you very much for presenting, and thank you for helping us organize this event. Really appreciate all your support in the community. I know that you are all here, so I hope that you won't, I've been practicing. I love your language and I love your community and your culture, but okay, Victor, you tell me how, if I've got mastered my pronunciation of the Athabasca Dene Sluslene Education Authority. Did I say it right?
Yeah, you were very, very close.
I've been trying. I've been trying.
All right, thank you for having us. We really appreciate giving us the time to participate. I think it's a good cause, and hopefully we can do it again sometime. Thank you.
Absolutely. I hope we get to come and see you. All righty. With
Thank you,
that, I
Kara.
want.
I just want to
Sorry.
say thank you. It's Rick Robillard
Yeah.
here.
Hey,
Thank you,
Ricky.
Kara,
Thanks.
for the opportunity for us to present. And a reminder, we will also be at the school in person next week for Career Week, and we'll have promos available too, and we'll have a table set up from each community.
Awesome.
Thank you very
you,
much.
Thank you
guys.
as well. Yes, thank you as well from Darlene here. I will be in the community as well next week with my table booth and also my promo giveaways.
Spectacular. Thank you.